gentlemen, welcome to Garifuna Music on Talk with DJ Labuga. We have a very special show tonight. We have Jorge Gonzalez from Garifuna Movement Magazine tonight. So if you have friends who are interested in listening to the interview tonight, please let them know. Pass the word. We are live on www.lmbroots.com radio. Don't forget, this is a weekly radio show. And next week on Wednesday, we're going to get started with the Garifuna classes online. We're going to get started with the first session, which is 8 weeks long, with Dr. Theodore Aranda on Garifuna history. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to tune in next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Los Angeles Eastern Time, New York time, for the first Garifuna class on Garifuna history. Welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga, the home of the classic Garifuna music. This is a weekly radio show online through www.lmbroots.com in the Bronx, New York, and www.radiocentroamerica.com in Los Angeles. We are live every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time. We bring to you special guests from throughout the diaspora, from musicians, authors, artists, to scholars and newsmakers. So tune in every week for another community acclaimed show. Find us on Facebook as Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga, GAHFU Norales on Twitter, and Garifuna Heritage Foundation on Google Circles and Instagram. Follow me on Facebook as Ronnie Figueroa. Welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. Kemotia. You are cordially invited to attend the 5th annual Garifuna International Indigenous Film Festival, May 26th through the 30th, 2016. Garifuna International Indigenous Film Festival. Location 1416 Electric Avenue, Venice, California, at the Electric Lodge. Join us in celebrating indigenous cultures at the 5th annual Garifuna International Film Festival. For more information, visit www.garifunafilmfestival.com. Honor, respect indigenous cultures. Join us celebrating indigenous cultures.
American Heritage Foundation proudly presents the Clifford J. Flossin Garifuna Language and Culture Academy online every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time through www.lmbroots.com and www.radiocentroamerica.com.
Classes are free and for the entire family. Download the homework or hand from Facebook's Garifuna Language and Culture Academy, or from www.GarifunaHeritageFoundation.org. All radio programs will be recorded and archived on YouTube GAHFU channel for on-demand listening.
This project is made possible in part by a grant from the Alliance for California Traditional Arts in partnership with the Walter and Elise Haas Fund, the William and Flora Hewitt, and the James Irvine Foundation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We have on the line our very good friend, Mr. Jorge Gonzalez. And Jorge, how are you tonight? How are you this evening in New York?
I'm fine.
kind of cold out here, but you know what I'm saying? We good, we good. How are you, Ronnie?
Man, I'm doing great. I am thankful to God that we're able to make this possible tonight as we experience a whole mess of technical difficulties as we have new equipment, so we're getting used to this. So I truly apologize for not doing the interview as we were supposed to on that Wednesday.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know, things happen, so it's understandable.
Okay, so how are things in New York right now? How's the weather?
Well, it's kind of cold down here right now, but you know, we got to do what we got to do. So we over here surviving, man. How's everything over there in LA?
Beautiful, man. We have a beautiful, wonderful weather the way we do it in Los Angeles. Nice and warm. It gets cold at night a little bit, but it's just beautiful, man. It's weather to go to the beach and go swimming. How's that for you?
You turned it in my face, huh? That's good. That's good.
Thank you, Jorge. I've been putting up your information online as far as your biography, and people have been responding massively. I've been getting a lot of feedback on the work that you've been doing with the Garifuna Movement magazine. But I don't want to give it away. I want it to come from you, brother. I want to talk to you about, first of all, your life, how the whole movement of the Garifuna movement started, and who were the people involved in this movement that became the Garifuna Movement magazine. So let's take it to the beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga, and we're live in the studios all the way via telephone lines with Jorge Gonzalez, one of the co-founders of the Garifuna Movement magazine. Now, you were born in Tegucigalpa, Honduras, Central America. Can you tell us what it was like growing up in Tegu?
Well, you know, kind of rough at the beginning. You know how it is when you a kid. You literally don't understand exactly what's going on around you. So you know, you just happy being a kid, and then as you grow up, I believe you start understanding, you know, stuff that goes on around you. And I started noticing how we was, you know, being discriminated as being, you know, black and Tegucigalpa. It was just a few of us back then, but you know, it was kind of rough. But my father always used to say, my grandfather used to say, no matter how they call you names or whatever, just keep it real, keep being yourself, you know, and be proud of be Garifuna no matter what they call you. So that's exactly what I try to do.
Wow, that's amazing, man, because Tegucigalpa is a big city. And not only is it a big city, but it's a little bit, the weather is a lot more fresh. It tends to be a little bit cooler than what it is along the Garifuna coast. Isn't that right?
Correct. You know, it's just a little bit, especially in the morning, I believe, you know, that when we have to go to school and take those cold showers, that we didn't have no hot water now right now. We survive. You know, we survive it.
Yes, man. Nice. Beautiful. Now, tell us about who your parents are and where they are from.
Well, both of my parents was born in, they both got Garifuna. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother, Luz, was a teacher. She was born in Progreso, actually, and my father was born in Puerto Cortez. But both of their parents, their fathers, are from Santa Fe, so we identified ourselves more with Santa Fe. So that's, you know, I grew up around people with Santa Fe. Most of my family, directly family is from Santa Fe, so that's what I identify myself with.
Wow, that's beautiful, man. I love Santa Fe. I love the people from there. Such a smart people, such a giving people, I would say, man.
La Tierra Santa, that's how we call it.
Tierra Santa, Kataisa. I love it. Yes, man. So, you must remember a lot about Honduras since you came to the United States until the age of 18. What memorable and not so memorable events do you remember about your first 18 years in Honduras?
Well, like I mentioned before, you know, man, most of it just happiness, man. What I miss the most is, like, you know, my teens, I believe, because, you know, all my teenage years was over there. And, I mean, my high school friends, all my memories there was good, you know what I'm saying? And but not so memorable. Again, it's just the way people used to treat us, treat us Garifuna. Like it was hard. The discrimination was harder than what it is now. But besides that, I mean, like I keep mentioning, we Garifuna, we survivors. So we survived then, we gonna survive now.
Que motea. You know it. Yes, man. So, one of the things that you mentioned that are key and that I was really paying attention because I noticed that back in the days, because of the lack of communication, the lack of the way things are today, there was more discrimination. There was a lot more going on against people who look black, whether you were Creole or Ingles, like they say it, like they call them in Honduras, Inglesito or Garifuna. Compared to today, where today you have the social media, you have cable TV, you have the movies, you have so much influence from the outside, and so we get to know more about black people. But then we get to know more about black people, but mostly American blacks.
Correct.
What do you see? What is the difference today compared to what was going on when you were growing up in Honduras?
Well, like you said, I guess it's the media. We got more access now to internet, and we got more access to relate to people, no matter where you're at. So one day you meet people from, let's say, that live in Italy, and out of nowhere they mention just, they black or whatever. So now it's kind of interested, like, oh, what kind of black are you? Even though it's just one black, but that's the term we use, like, what kind of black, where you from, and all of that. So that's a big difference now. I believe that people is more open-minded than before.
Wow. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Now, you know the name for Tegucigalpa in Garifuna, right?
Sigala, of course.
Aha, que motea, Sigala. Yeah, man. And you know what? The way I found out is because of the songs, the Garifuna songs. There was a lot of mentioning of Sigala, Sigala, Sigala in like 2 or 3 songs. And I kept asking some of the elders. I said, hey, what does Sigala mean? Hey, bravo, Sigala, Tegucigalpa, Ligia Meme. I go, what? I didn't know that. Yeah, man. So do you think that because you were born in Tegu, a non-Garifuna community with lots of Garifuna people living there, you did not learn to speak the language? Because you mentioned in your bio that you did not speak Garifuna.
Well, actually, I don't even blame it on the city. And to be honest with you, I blame it on my parents. I never spoke to me in Garifuna. And I never learned it because I got family and friends. The little Garifuna friends that I have in Tegucigalpa, they all speak Garifuna because, when we was on vacation, we used to go, to the North Coast where, with the Garifuna towns and all of that. The part I went to was Stella, you know what I'm saying? Because that's where my grandmother was living at that time. So my grandmother never spoke to me in Garifuna. My father knew Garifuna, but never spoke to me in Garifuna. My mother, well, she died with it, actually she learned it when she died over here to the United States. So I guess I blame it on them for not speaking to me in Garifuna. And then when I was a teen, I don't think it caught my attention as much that it's supposed to, because all my friends was English, let's say, and so it's my fault, but most of it my father's, because like I said, even though he always said stay true to yourself, but never taught me Garifuna, so I guess I blame it on him.
Right, I
I'm
understand.
learning. I promise I'm learning. I promise my kids will learn it.
Yes, man. No, definitely, definitely, man. That's a great experience, man. That is something that is with you today. Now, what are you doing today to learn Garifuna?
Well, of course, we got the Garifuna Institute, and
Online,
to
yes.
all of my friends online, and to all of my friends now, even though even though we played around and all of that, but I asked them to speak to me in Garifuna, and little by little I'm getting it. When I go back home, I try to just go to camp and just speak to the old timers. The most of it all they speak is Garifuna, so I don't got no other to try to understand them and try to speak to them back in Garifuna. So I'm getting it, you know.
Yes, that's the best way, you know. That's immersion. As you immerse, you're forced to find your own devices to try to get around and get by. You know what I mean? So congratulations on that, man. Definitely. And being in the
Yeah, you know,
Bronx,
we are.
brother, is the best school. In the Bronx, man, you have to you are forced to speak Garifuna because everybody around you will want to talk to you in Garifuna. Isn't that right?
Exactly. Yep. And I heard one of those tunes thing that he put. I just asked my friends what because I want to sing it. I don't just want to be like la 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 without knowing what I'm singing. So I gotta ask them like how to pronounce it, what this means. So I won't be saying nothing that I'm not supposed to. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, man. Beautiful, beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, we're live and direct. This is Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. This is your weekly radio show. Tonight we are doing a rescheduled show that we were supposed to have on Wednesday. So we have Jorge Gonzalez, who is the founder, one of the co-founders of the Garifuna Movement magazine, one of the most beautiful magazines that I ever had in my hands. And this has been going on for a while. The magazine has been out for, I would say, the past 5 years, maybe. But we'll get into that in a little bit, man. But man, I just love the fact that you guys came together and put together this wonderful project called the Garifuna Movement magazine. Now, my next question to you is, can you tell us about the big move from Honduras to the United States of America and at the crucial age of 18?
Well, again, it was a big move, but it was like a dream to me because everybody that grew up with me, we always talk about how when we get to the United States, when we do this, when we do that, and everything that we thought of, it was based on being in the United States because my mother had left when I was in fourth grade when my mother left. So
Wow.
I always wanted to be with her. So one of the big things was that, you know, to be reunited with her, that was big to me. That was you know, that was my biggest dream. And of course, you know, all the videos that we used to see here and all that, you wanna as a team, you wanna be here and I guess experience the American life. So it was big on that, and it was just kind of hard on leaving my friends back. I guess I used to probably spend more money calling back on there, calling my friends. I seen this on the train. I seen that on the train. Every end that I have, I used to call over there because those were my only people that I have. And then little by little, I started getting friends here and there. So I started, you know, getting the move of New York, and I'm here now, and I'm loving it, you know, and I loved it.
Yes, man. Beautiful. Now, you do travel to Honduras once in a while, right? Or annually?
Correct. Almost every year.
That's good. That's good. Jorge, how many children do you have? And tell us about your family.
Well, I got 4 kids, 3 girls and a boy, and the oldest one is 18 actually. You know,
What?
and I want to give a big shout out to her. Yeah, big shout out to my daughter Kiana. You know, and she just finished her
Yes.
first semester in college. So you know,
Yes. Yes. Shout out to Kiana, man. That's nice. 18. My goodness.
yes. You know,
Wow.
and then it's 2 7 years old, and the youngest one is 1.5. So and man, you know, what I'm saying, loving my kids. That's all I live for now.
Yes, man. Beautiful, beautiful, man. So tell me one thing. This is always um on my mind. You know, what were you thinking when the moment you reached to the States? What were some of the dreams you had? You know, when I get to the United States, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. What did you want to do when you came to America?
Well, you know what's funny that as soon as I came to America, I thought of America that it was gonna be easy for me to learn English right away. You know, so I thought it was going like in a month or two I was gonna have it down pat, and I was gonna go to school and you know and become an architect or something like that. But then I realized it was kind of hard because again, the financial aid situation, the financial situations and all of that. But once I got here, my mother was like, your dreams can always come true, and I went to school, wanted to go to high school, but that's where, I came at the age of 18, so I thought I can still make it to high school, but my credit was already, how do you all the high school credit I already had from there. The only thing I was missing was United States history and English. But for me to get financially, I have to say, I had to live here as a resident for a year, I believe.
Right, yes, yes.
So
yes,
I went
indeed.
through the whole year. I translated all my grades from Honduras, and I went straight to college. I went to BNCP, which, ironically, it had a big Garifuna community. So that's how I started. And my mother was one of the founders of Muzama. I'm not sure you remember the organization. So
Yes,
as
yes.
soon as I got here, I was already connected to every event that was going on back then in the community. So that's how I got involved and everything. And it's crazy how I got involved more with the Garifuna people in the States than I was back home in Honduras.
Wow. So when you mention Mugama, we're talking about Miss Maximo, right? Back in the days.
No, we talk about Miss Nietzsche,
Oh,
Iris, and all of them.
yes, man.
Mugama, Mujer Garifuna, en marcha.
Yes, yes, man. Wow, beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful. Man, thanks for sharing with us, man, these wonderful anecdotes of your life, man, coming to the States because I relate because I am like you. I came here at the age of 19, and so it's wonderful to see that we have similar stories and we were able to assimilate and become American. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, man. How hard? My next question is, how hard was it to adapt to the American way of life, and how did you want to be? How did you want to be here?
Uh, well, it was hard. Mostly was just the language, and that big move from besides just moving from America, from Honduras to America, I was also, making that big move from being a teen to a man.
Yes.
So I get here, then I gotta learn the language, then I gotta be responsible, pay my own bills without heading back home, because all I have to do, call my mom, and mom do is repent something, or call my father repent something. Now I got my own responsibility to pay my own bills and all that. So that was the biggest issue. Thank God, so my guidance was good. So my father always said, "You'll work for, whatever you want." My mother the same. So. I believe that was a big move, and try to get the language, go to school, and pay my own bills. Even though they help me, because they always have my back no matter what today. But you gotta become your own. So I guess that was it.
Wow, beautiful, man. Thank you for sharing that, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Garifuna Music on Talk with DJ Labuga. This is your weekly radio show. We're live tonight on www.lmbroots.com radio, all the way from the Boogie Down Bronx. And that's where we have our brother Jorge Gonzalez, one of the founders of the Garifuna Movement magazine. Now let's move on. You know what? We're going to take a little break. I want to play one song before we move on to the next question. So we're going to allow you to go maybe drink some water and take a little break. How about a song from the late Rene Crisanto, man?
All right. Let's do it.
All right, beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Garifuna Music on Talk with DJ Labuga. We're live and direct from the studios in Long Beach. We'll be right back right after this song. And this is Garifuna Music on Talk with DJ Labuga, live in the studio from Long Beach, California. Demo ya. Ajá. right, ladies and gentlemen. This is Garifuna Music on Talk with DJ Labuga. Wonderful music from the late Rene Crisanto. I love that song, and I know you're very familiar with that music, Jorge, right?
Of course. I joined. One of my joints.
So what kind of music was popular back in Honduras before you moved to the United States? Garifuna music, that is.
Oh, well, go when I was on style back then. You know, this is late 80s, early 90s. So, you know,
Wow.
that.
Yes. Wow. I imagine, man. So we're talking about Labuga Boys, Mando Ballesteros, Eduardo Ballesteros, man, all of that wonderful musicians, man.
I mean, then we have Fuerza Brava, all of them.
Oh man, beautiful, beautiful. That's my kind of music right there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We have on the line Mr. Jorge Gonzalez, one of the co-founders of the Garifuna Movement magazine, all the way from New York. Now, when you came to the United States, you came in contact with the largest Garifuna community outside of Honduras in New York, right? Can you share with us about that encounter and the interactions that you had with the people?
Well, like I mentioned, I came directly, you know, in contact with a large community of Garifuna because my mother was one of the founders of GAHFU. So I was going to almost every event, and to me, there was more events back then than now. We have more venues, I believe, more dance groups, and all of that. I think we was more united, I believe, because back then I was in Brooklyn, so I would come to the Bronx to see a group perform in the morning and go back to Picton Avenue in Brooklyn and see another group perform.
Wow.
And it was all love. It was all love. Even parties was, I guess, better. I don't know if it's because of my age now, but I don't know. To me, we was more united than back then than now. And again, I believe it's because the venues that we used to have. Personally, right now, we don't even have we probably just have one or two venues where to throw parties at, and that's just right here in the Bronx. We don't have nothing in Brooklyn. Back then, we had like 2 or 3 spots in Brooklyn and another 4 or 5 in the Bronx, and the community was more united, I believe. Now, I don't know what happened. I can't even tell you what happened, but I don't know. I don't see it like I used to. Like, again, it might be my age, and I might be wrong, but I don't understand.
I think the fact is that you are more of an outsider now because you are writing for the Garifuna Movement magazine, so you are more critical of the things that are going on, and so you tend to be more detailed. I think that you see things in a different way now because now you're behind a magazine, a media that portrays the news.
Maybe that's it. Yep,
right?
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Maybe that's
So
what it is. I mean,
yeah. So I understand why you're so deeply rooted now, man. You came to get rooted even more when you came to the United States, especially in the Bronx. Every time you got away from your Brooklyn area, where it's mostly known to be more Belize and Garifuna than the Bronx. The Bronx is strictly a Garifuna from Honduras and Guatemala. Isn't that right?
correct. I barely see Belizeans say in the Bronx, but in Brooklyn, you know, we see them every other spot. We used to hang together, you know, and even Guatemalans back then, I guess, even though they have the Pacto Guatemaltecos, and then Hondurans have Bancorlan, where you will see Hondurans and Pacto Guatemaltecos and Fernandez and Bancorlan, all of that. We used to be more united, I believe.
That's true. That is true, man. I remember going to St. Anne's Park, and it was packed with Garinago from Honduras and Guatemala, right?
You know.
Yeah, man. Nice. So let's talk about the Garifuna Movement Party, the promotion group. Can you share with us a little bit about this movement?
Oh, yes. It was, I guess, a group of guys that we got together trying to get basement parties, and it was myself, Pablo Olmo, Luis Martinez, DJ Oscar. We were just throwing parties, and we call ourselves Garifuna Movement. And one of our friends, very, very close friends, came from Honduras back then, moved from Honduras to New York, and he was a web designer, a website designer. So he designed the website for us called GarifunaMovement.com. So we decided to this party that we used to have, just take pictures and post it on our website, and it was great. It was great. We had a great audience. People used to send us emails, call us on, oh, what happened to this party? Yeah, make sure go to this party. And even parties that wasn't our parties, people would ask us to go take pictures and post it on the website, because back then there was no page, there was no Facebook, there was no high five or nothing like that. After that came in, that's when our website went down a little bit. So, and at the same time, I guess we as we was growing up as well, and we decided, we was having more families and more kids, so we stopped a little bit throwing parties, and the website went down a little bit. We stopped using it for a while. Then we wanted to renew the what you call it, the domain, and I don't know what happened. Somebody bought it, I believe, and we won't be able to. We wasn't able to get it back. So today we try to. That's the reason why the Garifuna Movement magazine do not have a website. But even though we're trying to, we will. I promise. But we wanted to call it a straight up Garifuna Movement as we used to have it, but we can't get our name back. But what happened. But I guess we're gonna add a magazine somewhere in there, and the website will soon be up.
No, wait a minute. I don't like that. So, do you know who bought it? I mean, there is a way to find out.
Well, we don't know. We don't know who bought it, but it's funny how I mean, to us, they have to be like somebody else got it. I mean,
Of course.
I don't see why somebody else would, that have nothing to do with that Garifuna community would buy the name like that, and I guess to stop people doing for what what we was doing like that.
Wow, that is so wrong. Yeah, that is so wrong. That is so wrong, man, because I know that back in the days, people were trying to do what the mainstream America was doing, which is buying all these website names that were popular so that they could sell it back for thousands of dollars. But then, why do that to Garifuna? You know what I mean?
Exactly. So we still today, I don't understand, and I don't see why, because we might not agree on some stuff, but the main point is to promote our culture. That's it. Whatever way y'all do it, what I'm saying, you might not like it, but let's just support a little bit, because at the end of the day, we promoting Garifuna. As long as it's in a positive way, I don't have no problem with it. You get what I'm saying? So,
Yes,
so
man.
for some people, I guess they do. So I don't know. I still understand, but we still gotta love our culture. We still gotta be there for them and do what
Yeah,
we
man.
do.
Yes, thank you, Jorge. One other question that came out of that, what you were sharing with us, is the fact that, so what year are we talking about when you guys created the website?
This is around 2004, 2005.
Okay.
And
Yes.
then,
Yes.
2004, 2005. And then we went to Honduras in 2006, and our website was crazy out there. We threw 2 parties in Honduras, it was great. And again, now when we came back, about 2007, I believe, that's when my stage was just went up in the community. So everybody started getting their own profile. So now you can post your own pictures. So people didn't need to go to GarifunaMovement.com to see the pictures at the party. Then it's like my face. I mean, it's like Facebook now. So you post your own picture, everybody knows each other, and So that's when we stopped. I guess updating our website. So we have stopped for a minute. The domain expired. So when we want to renew it, that's when we find out that we have the ball for somebody else.
Wow, that is bad news indeed. Now, can you share with us the name of the designer, the gentleman that came from Honduras and who did the
by
website for you guys?
by Jorge Fernandez.
Oh, okay. Bayoy Fernandez.
By Jorge Fernandez, yes.
Oh, excelente, excelente, excelente. Pues buenísimo, buena información. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Garifuna Music on Talk with DJ Labuga. This is wonderful, man. It's nice information. This is part of history, man. This is part of Garifuna Duo in America. This is what Garinagu are forging day by day in a country where, you come to succeed, to do things that are making a difference. And of course, that is my next question. How did the idea of publishing a magazine come about?
Exactly. That's right after the website. We don't have none. Well, we was like, okay, we have the website now. We don't have the domain, but and now it's all this. It's my stage is high five, so let's try to do something else. And we sat down together. We was like, all right, why don't we just come out with? First, we thought it was like a newspaper. We was like, but let's just do the magazine. And so we started finding out about the printing and all of that. So we got like this friend of ours that helped us with a print shop, and thanks to them, and they was like, all right, give me the files. Again, Bayoy is a designer. DJ Lumar is a designer. I know how to design, so designing the magazine wasn't as hard as it looked like, because three of us could do it, and just doing interviews here, interviews there. We edited ourselves, and that's how it came out. The first issue came out September 2009, I believe, 2008. I'm sorry, 2008 for the parade here in the Bronx. That was our first issue.
Wow, that's amazing, man, because a magazine is not easy. We're talking about thousands of dollars in printing, designing, distribution, and just putting the word out there. So how much money were we talking about just to print one magazine, one the first volume of the magazine?
What was that?
What was the amount back in the days when you first printed the first run?
Oh, well, what do you mean, the price or how many we printed?
Yeah. Now, how many and what was the price that you guys have to come up with? The money.
Oh, more than was, it was, we used to pay $275 for each magazine, but it was the minimum that we could done back then was 500. So we did
Wow.
500, and again, we do it because of the love of the culture. We wasn't trying to get our money back. We didn't care to go to the parade and give it away. If you give us the name,
Wow.
then it was good. It's now, at the same time, just keep the magazine. Let me mention to Tawakan that he was our first artist that was featured.
Yay, Shabakan. Yes, one of the
He
greatest.
didn't have no problem helping us and giving us our first interview for the magazine. So thanks to him, everybody was crazy going there, see the Shabakan in our first Garifuna Movement magazine. So it went like water, man. The support was great. The support was great.
Tell us about the ups and downs between when it was born in 2008, 2009, up until today. Tell us a little bit about the ups and downs and how things have evolved.
One of the things, like again, is the printer, since they only gave you certain amounts for you to print. The minimum again was 500, and then we went up to like 350, I believe, for
Wow.
his magazine. So financial, the financial situation wasn't great with us because we wasn't making our money back, and we don't want to give something to our people. Not to say that it's not worth the magazine, because the work that we put in, I guess, is worth, but we don't want to sell the magazine for $7-10, because let's be honest, our people is very, how to say it, I don't want to say cheap, because we're not cheap at all. But when we come to spending our money, it's always something that, oh, they should have done this, they should have done that. So we have the financial way. Point blank, the financial situation wasn't good. So first it was every month, then we started doing it every 3 months, and like that it went little by little, slowing down because of the printing. But now we back on our grind. We try to do some of the activities here, activities there, fundraisers there, so we can, stay alive. And this is the plan now. Now we're gonna stay alive. Hopefully every month, every 25th of the month, you will have a Garifuna Movement magazine. And again, we soon will come out with our website, so you can have it on our website. You can order it and all the good stuff. We promise to go through to keep you updated on everything that goes on in the community. We try to, try to get more involved as well, because that was another situation that, again, because of our family, we didn't have the time to go to every party, to go to every park to find out what's going on. So now we try to keep in touch with every promoter, every organizer, like people that behind the soccer league here in the Bronx. We try to get in touch with people, because it's not only here in New York that that we have Garifuna, so we try to get people from other states to do it as well. So as a matter of fact, I know you're a great supporter, so I can count on you to give me any interview or suggest anybody that we can interview over there in LA. So
Yes, man. Anytime. Now, two things came to my mind as you were telling us this. One is a sponsorship through advertising, and two is inclusiveness. Now, we're talking about Garinagu from Guatemala, Honduras, and Belize, and Nicaragua, and now St. Vincent. So, one, my first question, did you have any advertisers, any people who were buying advertising to set off some of the expenses? And two, were you guys bringing enough Garifuna artists or the movers and the shakers from the diaspora, not only from Honduras?
Yeah, that's what we're working on. We're working on getting all the people that can advertise in that magazine. We're trying to get every business out there that's like a different business, to see if we can work with them, come out with a contract to see how we can work this out. And of course, every artist that's out there, just try to reach out to us, or we reach out to them, or if anybody got any suggestion, we really open to any suggestion. As long as it's something positive for the magazine and for our community, it's in the magazine. The magazine, we always say this. The magazine is not us, the creators of the magazine. The magazine that's why it's called Garifuna magazine, because it's all of us. So the whole community owns this magazine. It's not
So wagi ali daba.
Alright.
Hey, Jorge, so with that in mind, man, you know what? I wanna be a good businessman right here, and I wanna make sure that we support. So I wanna be able to put our Garifuna classes online flyer on your magazine. So no matter how much it's gonna cost us, let us know. We'll send you the material, the poster, so you can publish it on your next magazine. And just to let us know how much we need to pay, and we'll pay it, man. It will be our contribution to make sure that you recognize that we support what you guys are doing. How's that?
Not a problem. Thank you very much. Thanks for the support. And again, I'm gonna send you the file too, so you can put it on your website, or I list the cover of every magazine. Once it's ready to come out, I list 10 to 5 days before it comes out. I'll send it to you as well, so you can hold me promote.
Okay, so no, basically what I want to do is I want to send you our flyer from our upcoming Garifuna classes online, because we're going to have teachers from Honduras, from Belize, from Guatemala, teaching 8 weeks of Garifuna classes, not only about the language, we're talking about the history, the drumming, the dance, the Garifuna spirituality. So it's going to be a whole new project that is coming up right now, starting next week, Wednesday, with Dr. Theodore Aranda, all the way from Belize. He will be teaching about Garifuna history. He is a doctor. He has done his research. So let's hear and let's tune in, man. So that will be next week, Wednesday. So I'm going to send you the flyer so you could put it on your next issue of the magazine, and we will pay you for it, no matter how much it is.
No problem. Thank you very much, Ronnie. Thanks.
Man, let's make it official.
I can always count on you, man.
Yes, man. So what are the future plans for Garifuna Movement magazine?
Well, again, stay alive. Give our people, the best we can. We try to again go back to like the promoting parties or helping people promote as well. Just give a little bit of experience that we have. Teach a little, promoters or let them get better venues, I believe, for our people. Because at one time, again, it was amazing how we went from throwing parties in basements in Brooklyn to throwing parties in Times Square like 3-4 years ago. So that was an excellent experience bringing our people to Times Square, New York, and have those drums playing in Times Square. That was amazing. So I guess we trying to get back to that. We're gonna have another Garifuna Music Award is going on right now, and big up to them for promoting. Our people, even though it's people is the controversy is going on, but at the end of the day, they promoting Garifunas, and we happy. So also I mention that because Garifuna Movement magazine will also have soon Garifuna Movement Award. It's not going to be just music.
Hey! Nice.
That's involved in the community will get it.
Nice. I love it, man. I love that. You can say that again. Can you repeat that again?
Just soon, the Garifuna Movement magazine will have the award, which is not just music award, it's just everybody involved in the community. Garifuna Movement magazine award. Whoever was involved or whoever was doing something positive for the community, we're gonna try to nominate him and see what we can do.
Nice. Congratulations on that, man. It's about time. Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We have online Mr. Garifuna Movements Magazine co-founder Jorge Gonzalez, all the way from New York. And my last question for you before we go is, do you have a special message for our white audience online listening tonight to this interview? Please.
Of course. Keep supporting, man. We all one. No matter where you at, where you from. You can be from Guatemala, Honduras, Belize, Nicaragua, San Vincent. We all Garifuna. Even if I was to be born in China, but my parents are Garifuna, I'm Garifuna. So keep supporting. We won, and just be positive. Don't let nobody stop you, make you think something else. You are Garifuna. Keep supporting your people and move forward. Let's do this. Together we can make big things.
All right, beautiful, man. Now, before we go, Jorge Gonzalez, I want you to call out some of the names, man, some of the people that have been working with you shoulder to shoulder on this Garifuna Movement magazine. So you have all the time you want to call out and say hello and recognize those people who have helped you with this wonderful movement.
Well, again, my people here in New York, Pablo Dolmo, DJ Lumar, which is the same as Luis Martinez, Bayoy Fernandez, Oscar Sacasa, Dilma Suazo here in New York, and Honduras we have even DCT Francois helping us, Cecil Roches, who else? In Miami we got Andy Martinez. So we try to send this, man, and I want to big up everybody that's supporting us, and we promise we're not gonna let you down. We're gonna try the hardest to keep this moving.
Yes, man. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga, with a wonderful interview with Jorge Gonzalez. Thank you, Jorge. We appreciate you, brother. One love, Abaiseni, Butiguño. Ayo.
One love. Thank you guys for having me, man, and good luck.
All right, thanks, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen.